Do you ever wonder how much time you really have left? Now that you're past 70, as the years go by, each one feels more precious, more fleeting. And if you're paying attention, you might notice that your body is already giving you subtle hints about how long you may live. Some folks in their 70s still feel strong, sharp, and full of life, waking up each morning with energy to tackle the day. Whether that means tending to their garden, playing cards with friends at the senior center, or taking a brisk walk around the neighborhood. Others, though, start to slow down, grappling with health problems, fatigue, and a sense that their vitality is slipping away, leaving them to wonder why they feel so worn out all the time. What makes the difference between these two groups of people? It's not always luck or genetics. It's often found in a few key signs, subtle but powerful indicators that can give you a glimpse into your future. These signs are like a window into your health, revealing how well your body is holding up and what you might need to do to keep going strong. Let's explore 7 signs that can reveal how long you may live after 70. Signs that aren't based on guesses or old wives' tales, but on real patterns that researchers and doctors have observed in people who live long, healthy lives. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly what to look for in your own body and lifestyle. And more importantly, you'll understand what steps you can take to maximize your chances of living longer and staying healthier as you age. I urge you to stay with me until the very end, because you might be overlooking small things that could have a huge impact on your future. Once you recognize these signs, you'll have a clearer idea of where you stand and what changes you might need to make to add years to your life, ensuring that those years are filled with vitality and joy rather than struggle and decline. Let's get started. One of the strongest indicators of how long you might live after 70 isn't hidden in your DNA, your medical records, or even the foods you eat. It's something far simpler. Something you do every day without even thinking about it. Your walking speed. Studies have shown that people who maintain a steady, brisk walking pace in their 70s and beyond tend to live longer than those who slow down significantly. And this isn't just a coincidence. Your walking speed is directly linked to your overall health, reflecting the strength of your muscles, the efficiency of your cardiovascular system, and even the health of your brain. Think about 2 people, Joe and Frank, both 75 years old, living in a quiet suburban neighborhood in Florida. Joe walks every morning, keeping a steady pace as he makes his way around the block, never struggling when he needs to cross the street or climb the stairs to his front porch. His movements are fluid, balanced, and confident, a sign that his body is still functioning well despite his age. Frank, on the other hand, used to be active in his younger years, but over the last few years, he's slowed down significantly. He struggles to keep up with others when they're out for a stroll, often needing to take frequent breaks to catch his breath, and sometimes he feels unsteady on his feet, reaching for a nearby railing to steady himself. While Joe's pace suggests that his heart, lungs, and muscles are still in good shape, Frank's declining speed could be a warning sign that his health is deteriorating, a signal that shouldn't be ignored. A slow, unsteady walk isn't just a natural part of aging. It can point to underlying issues like muscle weakness, poor circulation, or even early neurological decline, all of which can affect your longevity. Your legs are your foundation, the very things that keep you moving through life, and when they start to weaken, so does your overall resilience, making it harder to stay active and independent. The good news is that walking speed is something you can improve with a little effort. If you've noticed yourself slowing down, don't brush it off as just a normal part of getting older. Start making small efforts to build strength. Whether that means taking more walks around your neighborhood, using light weights to strengthen your legs, or doing simple exercises like standing up and sitting down repeatedly to improve your mobility. The more you walk, the stronger you'll stay. And in the end, how fast you move through life can literally tell you a lot about how long you'll keep moving at all. So pay attention to your pace. It might just be the simplest way to check in on your longevity and take control of your future. Believe it or not, the strength of your handshake might be revealing more about your future than you think. And it's not just about making a good first impression. Research has found that grip strength is one of the clearest indicators of overall vitality in older adults, serving as a snapshot of your physical health. A firm, steady grip suggests strong muscles, good circulation, and a well-functioning nervous system, all of which are essential for staying healthy as you age. On the other hand, a weak or declining grip can be an early warning sign of muscle loss, frailty, and even a higher risk of health complications down the road. Take Robert, a 78-year-old man from Texas, who always prided himself on his firm handshake. He stayed active over the years, doing light weightlifting in his garage, and never having trouble opening jars or carrying groceries from the car to the kitchen. Then there's Walter, also 78, who lives just a few streets away. Over the past year, Walter has started noticing that simple tasks, like twisting the cap off a bottle of orange juice or holding onto a heavy bag of potting soil, feel harder than they used to. He dismissed it as just a normal part of aging, figuring that everyone slows down eventually. But what he didn't realize was that his declining grip strength was signaling a loss of muscle mass, a condition that could make him more prone to falls, injuries, and even a shorter life expectancy. Your hands are a reflection of your overall muscle health. And if your grip is weakening, chances are the rest of your body is losing strength too. The more muscle mass you lose, the harder it becomes to stay independent, active, and resilient, all of which are crucial for a long, healthy life. Fortunately, this is another area where you can take action to improve. Simple exercises like squeezing a tennis ball, using hand grippers, or even carrying light weights during your daily routine can help maintain your grip and keep your muscles strong. So take a moment to test your grip, shake hands with a friend, or try opening a stubborn jar. If it feels weaker than it used to, or if everyday tasks are getting harder, don't ignore it. How well you hold on to things today might just tell you how well you'll hold on to life in the years to come. And with a little effort, you can rebuild that strength and protect your future. Balance isn't something most people think about until they start losing it. But your ability to stand on one leg for at least 10 seconds is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live, especially after 70. Researchers have found that people who struggle with balance are more likely to experience falls, injuries, and even cognitive decline, all of which can shorten their lifespan. On the other hand, those who can maintain their balance well into their 70s and beyond tend to live longer, healthier lives, enjoying the independence that comes with being steady on their feet. Imagine two women, Carol and Nancy, both in their early 70s, living in a retirement community in Arizona. Carol has always been active, walking daily around the community garden, practicing yoga with a group of friends, and easily lifting one foot off the ground for several seconds without wobbling. Her confidence evident in every step. Nancy, however, hasn't paid much attention to her balance over the years. When she tries to stand on one leg, she immediately starts tipping over, needing to grab onto a chair or a wall to steady herself. Her movement's shaky and uncertain. What Nancy doesn't realize is that this loss of balance isn't just an inconvenience. It's a warning sign that her coordination, muscle strength, and even brain function may be declining, putting her at greater risk as she ages. Good balance relies on strong legs, a sharp nervous system, and a healthy brain, all of which work together to keep you upright and steady. If you've noticed yourself stumbling more often, feeling unsteady when you turn quickly, or needing to hold onto walls or furniture for support, it's time to take action before a fall changes your life. The best part is that balance can be improved with practice. Simple exercises like standing on one foot for a few seconds each day, walking heel to toe in a straight line, or even trying light Tai Chi classes at your local community center can help you rebuild stability and confidence. Try this test right now. Stand up, lift one foot off the ground, and see if you can hold it for 10 seconds without struggling. If you can't, don't panic, but don't ignore it either. The more you work on your balance today, the stronger and steadier you'll be for the years ahead, reducing your risk of falls and keeping your body and mind in top shape. How well you sleep at night says a lot about how long you might live, and it's not just about getting enough hours in bed. Sleep is a critical time when your body repairs itself, strengthens your immune system, and clears toxins from your brain, processes that are essential for staying healthy as you age. Studies have shown that people over 70 who maintain consistent, high-quality sleep tend to live longer and healthier lives, enjoying sharp minds and steady energy levels. On the other hand, those who struggle with poor sleep face a higher risk of memory decline, heart disease, and a weakened immune system, all of which can take a toll on their longevity. Consider two men, Henry and Bill, both in their mid-70s, living in a small town in Ohio. Henry has a steady bedtime routine, going to sleep around the same time each night, getting about 7 hours of rest, and waking up feeling refreshed, ready to take on the day. Bill, however, has restless nights, tossing and turning, waking up multiple times to use the bathroom, or because he can't get comfortable, and sometimes struggling to fall asleep at all, his mind racing with worries. Over time, Henry's body continues to function well. His mind stays sharp, and his energy levels remain steady, allowing him to enjoy his hobbies like fishing and playing chess with his grandson. Bill, on the other hand, starts experiencing brain fog, daytime fatigue, and even changes in his blood pressure, all linked to his declining sleep quality, leaving him feeling drained and irritable. If you find yourself waking up often during the night, having difficulty staying asleep, or feeling exhausted even after hours in bed, don't brush it off as just a normal part of aging. Your body is trying to tell you something. Poor sleep can be linked to many factors, including stress, a poor diet, lack of physical activity, or even undiagnosed health conditions like sleep apnea, which can interrupt your breathing and disrupt your rest. The good news is that sleep quality can be improved with some simple changes to your routine. Try reducing screen time before bed, as the blue light from your phone or TV can interfere with your body's natural sleep signals. Stick to a consistent bedtime, even on weekends. To help your body establish a rhythm, get some natural sunlight in the morning by sitting on your porch with a cup of coffee, as this can help regulate your sleep-wake cycle. Avoid heavy meals at night, which can cause discomfort and keep you awake. Sleep isn't just about feeling rested, it's about keeping your body and mind functioning at their best. So tonight, pay attention to how you sleep. If you wake up tired, struggle to stay asleep, or feel like your sleep has changed in recent years, it's time to make adjustments, because how well you rest today might just determine how strong and healthy you stay in the years ahead. The way you eat after 70 is one of the strongest indicators of how long you might live, and it's not just about what's on your plate, but how much you enjoy your meals, and whether you're getting the nutrients your body needs. A healthy appetite and a well-balanced diet keep your body strong, your immune system resilient, and your energy levels high, allowing you to stay active and engaged in the things you love. On the other hand, a sudden loss of appetite or poor eating habits can signal underlying health issues and even accelerate aging, putting you at risk for a host of problems. Consider two women, Margaret and Susan, both 74 years old, living in a retirement community in California. Margaret enjoys her meals, eating a variety of fresh, whole foods like grilled chicken, steamed vegetables, and fruit salads, and she maintains a steady weight, looking forward to preparing her own meals each day. She feels energized throughout the day, whether she's knitting with her friends or tending to her small herb garden. Susan, however, has noticed that she just isn't as hungry as she used to be, often skipping meals or relying on processed foods like frozen dinners, because she doesn't feel like cooking. She's unintentionally lost weight over the past year, her clothes fitting more loosely than they used to, and she often feels tired and weak. What Susan doesn't realize is that her declining appetite isn't just a small change. It's a red flag that her body may not be absorbing nutrients properly, which could weaken her muscles, slow down her metabolism, and even affect her immune system, making her more vulnerable to illness. A decreased appetite in older adults is often linked to underlying health concerns, including digestive issues, hormonal changes, or even early signs of cognitive decline, all of which can have a serious impact on longevity. When you're not eating enough, your body starts breaking down muscle, leading to weakness, frailty, and an increased risk of falls and illness, all of which can shorten your life. If you've noticed changes in your eating habits, whether it's feeling full too quickly, a lack of interest in food, or unexpected weight loss, it's important to take action before these issues take a bigger toll. Focus on eating whole, nutrient-dense foods like lean proteins, fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, and make sure you're staying hydrated with plenty of water throughout the day. Don't ignore a shrinking appetite. It could be your body's way of telling you that something needs attention. Ask yourself, are you still enjoying your meals, getting enough protein, fiber, and healthy fats to keep your body strong? Or have you noticed a decline in your appetite and energy levels? The way you eat today has a direct impact on how strong and independent you'll be in the years ahead. So make it a priority to nourish your body and keep yourself going strong. How you handle stress after 70 can tell you a lot about how long you'll live. And it's not just about keeping your emotions in check. It's about protecting your physical health too. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mood, it weakens your immune system, raises your risk of heart disease, and even accelerates aging, taking a toll on your body in ways you might not immediately notice. On the other hand, people who know how to manage stress effectively tend to stay healthier, more active, and mentally sharp well into their later years, enjoying a better quality of life as they age. Take John and Richard, both 76 years old, living in a small town in Michigan. John faces challenges just like anyone else. Unexpected expenses, health scares, family issues. But he's learned to handle them with a calm, steady approach, taking deep breaths, staying socially engaged by meeting friends at the local diner, and focusing on solutions rather than dwelling on problems. Richard, however, holds on to stress, constantly worrying about things outside of his control, feeling overwhelmed by small frustrations, like a delayed doctor's appointment, and often finding himself stuck in negative thought patterns that keep him up at night. Over time, this constant stress wears on his body, his blood pressure rises, his sleep suffers, and his energy levels drop, leaving him feeling drained and on edge. Long-term stress triggers inflammation in the body, which has been linked to nearly every major age-related disease, from Alzheimer's to heart conditions, making it a silent but powerful threat to your longevity. If you're often feeling tense, irritable, or emotionally drained, don't ignore it. It's a sign that your body and mind are under strain. Finding ways to manage stress can make a big difference, whether that's through mindfulness practices, like meditation, light exercise like a walk in the park, deep breathing exercises before bed, or even finding moments of laughter with a funny TV show or a chat with a friend. Ask yourself, when challenges arise, do you adapt and move forward, or do you hold on to worry and let stress take control? Your ability to stay calm, find solutions, and focus on what you can control isn't just good for your mind. It's a key factor in how long and how well you'll live. So make it a priority to find peace amidst life's storms. The strength of your relationships can be one of the clearest indicators of how long you might live after 70. And it's not just about having people around you, it's about the quality of those connections. Studies have consistently shown that people with strong social ties, whether through friendships, family, or community involvement, tend to live longer, healthier lives, enjoying the physical and emotional benefits of being connected. Loneliness, on the other hand, has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, depression, cognitive decline, and even early mortality, making it a serious threat to your well-being. Think about two women, Eleanor and Barbara, both 78 years old, living in a retirement community in Colorado. Eleanor has an active social life, staying in touch with old friends through weekly phone calls, participating in a local book club where she discusses her favorite novels, and enjoying time with her grandchildren during family gatherings. She looks forward to her conversations, laughs often, and feels a deep sense of connection to the people around her, which keeps her spirits high and her mind engaged. Barbara, however, spends most of her time alone, having lost touch with many of her friends over the years as they moved away or passed on. Though she has family, she rarely reaches out, preferring to stay in her apartment with her TV for company. As the months pass, she starts feeling isolated. Her mood declines and her overall health begins to suffer. With frequent colds and a growing sense of sadness, human connection is more than just emotional support. It plays a direct role in your physical health. When you interact with others, your brain stays active, your stress levels drop, and your body releases chemicals like oxytocin that promote overall well-being, helping you feel happier and healthier. If you've found yourself withdrawing from social activities, avoiding phone calls, or spending more time alone than you used to, it's time to change that before isolation takes a bigger toll. Staying connected doesn't mean you have to be surrounded by people all the time. Even small efforts can make a difference. Reach out to an old friend with a quick call. Join a group with shared interests like a gardening club or a knitting circle. Or make it a habit to have meaningful conversations with your neighbors. The relationships you nurture today don't just bring happiness. They help ensure that you stay healthier and live longer in the years to come. So don't let loneliness rob you of the vitality you deserve. Now that you've learned about these 7 signs, take a moment to reflect on where you stand. Are you moving through life with strength and confidence? Walking briskly, gripping things firmly, balancing with ease, sleeping well, eating heartily, managing stress, and staying connected with loved ones? Or have you noticed subtle changes that might be warning signs? Slowing down, feeling weaker, stumbling more often, sleeping poorly, losing your appetite, stressing too much, or pulling away from others. The good news is that most of these factors are things you can improve with a little effort and intention. Your future isn't set in stone, and the choices you make today can have a powerful impact on how many years you have ahead of you. And more importantly, how much joy and vitality you'll experience in those years. If you've recognized areas where you need to improve, Don't wait for a doctor to tell you it's time to make a change. Start now. Take more walks around your neighborhood to build your strength and speed. Squeeze a tennis ball or lift light weights to keep your grip strong. Practice standing on one foot to improve your balance. Even if it's just for a few seconds each day, make sleep a priority by creating a calming bedtime routine and avoiding distractions like your phone or heavy meals. Focus on eating well, filling your plate with nutritious foods that give your body the fuel it needs to thrive. Find ways to manage stress, whether that's through deep breathing, a walk in the fresh air, or a good laugh with a friend. And most importantly, stay connected. Reach out to the people who matter to you, because those relationships are a lifeline for your health and happiness. The goal isn't just to live longer, it's to live better, to wake up each morning with a sense of purpose and energy, to enjoy the things you love, whether that's playing with your grandkids, tending to your garden, or simply sitting on your porch with a cup of coffee, watching the world go by. At the end of the day, longevity isn't just about the number of years you have left, but the quality of life you experience in those years. And with these small changes, you can make those years the best yet.